Okay, so today we're going deep on a book that I think you'll find really fascinating.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's Douglas Coupland's Generation X, Tales for an Accelerated Culture from 1991.
Classic.
It is. And you're always so insightful when it comes to understanding these big cultural shifts.
I try.
You do. And I think this book really gives us a direct line into the mindset of the generation that came after the baby boomers,
Hmm.
those born after World War II.
Right.
So today our mission is to kind of unpack the big ideas, the anxieties that Coupland was tapping into.
It's all good.
So to help you all listening really grasp why this book still matters.
It's amazing how much it still resonates.
It really is.
I mean, the core of the book is about these three young people who are just disillusioned with, life as it's presented to them.
Yeah.
So they ditch their advertising jobs in L.A.
In LA of all places.
I know, right? And they head out to the desert.
Seeking a simpler life.
Exactly. It's a total rejection of that whole consumerist culture.
Which is so interesting because they then create their own language to describe their experiences. Like they're literally defining their reality.
Totally. And like you said, those terms have really stuck with us.
Oh, McJobs. Anyone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, McJob's visual cocaine historylessness.
It's like he was inventing a whole new dictionary for a generation.
It's wild when you think about it.
And it's more than just slang, right? These words point to some real anxieties
Absolutely.
about the economy, the media.
Like McJobs, it's not just a funny name for a job. It's about feeling stuck.
Exactly. Like, are there real opportunities out there, or are we all just going to be flipping burgers?
And then visual cocaine. It's like he saw the future of media overload.
And information overload, too, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, how do you even process it all?
And historylessness. I think that's one that really gets to me.
It's powerful.
This idea that we're disconnected from the past. Like, our history doesn't matter.
And maybe we don't have a clear future either.
Yeah, there's a real sense of adriftness. And Coupland's writing really mirrors that feeling.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, it's like choppy short sentences,
Just go.
Yeah, and he throws in all these pop culture references.
It's very much of the MTV generation.
Totally. And that detached tone, it all adds to the feeling of alienation.
It's like he's holding up a mirror to the way people were feeling.
Precisely. And even the structure of the book reinforces that.
How so?
Well, it's not a traditional plot-driven narrative.
More like a series of vignettes, right?
Yeah, like snapshots of moments and thoughts.
It's interesting because that in itself reflects a kind of aimlessness.
Totally. Like, life isn't always a neat and tidy story.
Sometimes it's just fragments.
Exactly.
So when this book came out, it really struck a chord.
Oh, yeah, it became a phenomenon.
Why do you think that was?
Well, for one thing, it gave voice to a generation that felt overlooked.
The so-called slackers.
Right. Everyone was quick to label them, but no one was really listening to what they had to say.
And Coupland captured that frustration.
Yeah, that sense of being misunderstood and grappling with this rapidly changing world.
A world that felt increasingly consumer-driven and media-saturated.
Exactly. And I think that's why it still resonates with us today.
Because those anxieties haven't gone away.
Not at all. If anything, they've intensified.
That's a good point.
Now, of course, not everyone loved the book.
Right. There were critics.
Some found the characters a little flat.
And the story meandering.
Yeah, but I think that kind of misses the point.
In what way?
Well, Coupland wasn't trying to write a traditional novel.
It was more about capturing a cultural moment.
Exactly. And
Oh.
he did that brilliantly, even if it wasn't always pretty.
So for those of you listening who want to understand these societal shifts,
This book is a must-read.
it's like a time capsule from the early 90s.
And it gives you a language, a framework for understanding those anxieties that were bubbling up then.
And that are still with us today.
Absolutely.
So to wrap things up.
Think about how Coupland's ideas might apply to your own life.
Yeah, like how do you see McJobs or visual cocaine playing out in today's world?
It's food for thought.
Definitely. And one final question to leave you with.
Shoot.
If Coupland were writing Generation X today, what new terms would he come up with?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And what new anxieties would he be highlighting?
I don't know, but I bet it would be
It
fascinating.
would be so. Let's all go think about that.
And let us know.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See ya.